Right guys, you've got us two this time for episode 2, the best yet of Café U20.
Well, last time you had a Kiwi and an Australian stuffing their faces with croissants. We've upgraded this time. We've got an Englishman and a Scot. Colin, great to see you. How have you been enjoying the first few days?
Oh, what's not to like here in Perpignan, south of France? Beautiful sunshine, great company, had a couple of outstanding meals. Obviously we got to the gym to work off some of that meat. You could do your bicep curls, which is always important.
Let's get back to the rugby, the important stuff. Talk to me about day one. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, you see the usuals, England and New Zealand with convincing wins, looking strong. Look at New Zealand, you've got Corroy, who's used to seeing him on the sevens field. There's just more people for him to sidestep on a 15s field. You got Sullivan at outside centre, just charging all over the pitch. That try he scored. Fainga'anuku on the wing. Where do New Zealand bring these left wingers? Starting back in Jonah, you've got Savea, now you've got Fainga'anuku. Great to see.
What about the Georgians though? A fantastic result for them, so close against the junior Springboks. They had a couple of warm-up games before this tournament in Stellenbosch, got pretty close then, got even closer this time. Brilliant try from Mamidze after the kick through, and there was a good performance on the wing from the South African Green as well.
And talking green, look at Ireland, actually 17-5 up against France in France. Great effort from them, but the quality of France came through. They're not Six Nations champions for no reason.
But Colin, Scotland, what a nightmare for them. That must have killed you.
We had to go there, didn't we? Yeah, so much positive from the way they played for the first 60 minutes, basically dominating possession and territory, scoring some quality tries, getting their offloading game going. But then Italy came back into it at the end, and real impact from their bench. They just seemed to cut out the mistakes that had plagued them earlier on in the game and just got that momentum going. Their tails were up, and yeah, last play of the game, heartbreak for the Scots.
But I've worked you out. Some others might not have. Colin, Reese, Gregor, you've got split allegiances. So that Welsh lot, that win was sensational, and that would have certainly put a smile on your face. They put one over the Aussies for the first time at this level.
Yeah, and a quality performance from the Welsh. And they had Kai Evans, the boots of Kai Evans, that just pinging 2 penalties from the halfway line. Fantastic at any level, never mind under 20s. And the Welsh defence, boy, they're a hard team to break down.
One thing that stood out for me during this tournament is the type of rugby we're getting to watch. It's been incredible. Players that aren't frightened to express themselves, coaches that are letting players express their abilities and showcase their skills. I think it's great to watch. What have you been thinking?
Yeah, it's just class, and there's been that many quality tries. Australia's score against Wales, that cross-field kick. James Ram on the wing, leapt, he was miles up in the air.
He was further off the ground than you.
Exactly, he could have cleared over my height. But then the presence of mind, catches a ball above his head, lobs it back in field because he would have landed out the field of play. Thank you very much for the score.
Okay, so that was round 1. Round 2 coming up. Pool A, Wales, they've got to go up against New Zealand. And you mentioned their defence. Their defence is going to have to be rock solid against that Junior All Blacks side. They have beaten the Junior All Blacks before, so that's something they can pin their hat on and hope to get through into this round 2 stage with another win.
Pool B, Scotland, Argentina, both lost the first game. They'll be desperate for a win. Bonus point ideally, try and get themselves back in the mix. England, Italy, also in Pool B. Italy flying after beating Scotland. Reckon they can turn over England as well?
I hope not. My short answer is no, but you never know, do you? When you're buzzing after a win like that against the Scottish, they'll have enjoyed their training this week. And there's no doubt that England will be buzzing as well. They started well against the Argentinians. They have got an enormous pack, and certainly the likes of Marcus Smith, Gabriel Ibitoye and Jordan Olawofala, who performed brilliantly the other day, will be wanting that pack to get them some more ball. So it'll be an interesting game for sure.
Pool C, we've got hosts France taking on Georgia, who ran South Africa close. Important that France got their win in that first game against Ireland. They'll be a little bit wary of Georgia.
For sure, and I think the biggest game in round 2 potentially, South Africa against Ireland. South Africa, well, they got monsters all over the field. They'll be looking to try and get a bit of a better performance out of their team than they've had against Georgia. Ireland, they'll be devastated for that French result. They're up at half time and no doubt would have been looking to kick on. That should be a big fixture. One more question I've got to ask you. Who's the best ever under-20s graduate of all time?
Well, there's over 500 to choose from now. Phenomenal achievement. I've got to look closest to home. Look at Scotland. Stuart Hogg was in the under-20s. Richie Gray, most capped Scotland player that's graduated from the under-20s, although Hoggy may well overtake that. The magician Finn Russell, another graduate from the under-20s. So, yeah, there's a lot of quality players.
Well, there's a few English boys that you can look at as well. That Ford Farrell axis, well, that was working way back in 2010, 2011. Maru Itoje, well, he was co-captain 2014, and Ben Youngs, he's gone on and got a heap of test caps. So there's some pretty strong candidates.
Difficult to look past Bowden Barrett though. 2011 that he won the under-20s World Championship. Since then, won the World Cup with New Zealand, twice World Player of the Year. That's not a bad record.
It's not bad. One thing that wasn't great was his hair. It's a bit like yours way back then.
Oh, I don't know about that. Nowhere near as luxurious as this.
Okay, Colin, let's get going. Remember, guys, tune in to our social and digital media platforms using the hashtag WorldRugbyU20s and the social handle @WorldRugby.
This one's on me, Tom. L'addition, s'il vous plaît.
Nice.